What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of King Print, where I cover all things screen printing. Now in today's video, what I wanted to do is show you a side hustle that I've been doing for the past 5 years. This is going to be my 6th year doing it. It's a part-time hustle, a seasonal hustle, a weekend hustle. I do this 2 months out of the year, every weekend, and I make anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 per season, which is a year. But this is going to be a little bit unorthodox. It might not be for everybody, it might not be for anybody, but you may be able to take this idea and spin it into your own thing, and make it work for yourself. So I just want to show you how I do it. So let's get right into it. So I started this hustle about 5 years back. I know this concept might be a little bit foreign to some people, or most people for that matter, but it's a real big thing in San Antonio come playoff season. Up and down the busy streets, the major streets, there's a bunch of tents just like this one set up selling Spurs shirts. And these are, I would call them novelty Spurs shirts. These aren't like bootleg or anything like that, like actual copy of an Adidas or a Nike shirt. This is actual kind of like fan art shirts, and this is real big in San Antonio. Everybody has different designs. People collect these, all the different designs, so everybody's always constantly looking for the new design, the new hot shirt coming out. And here I'm set up for about 2 months during the playoffs. Depends how far they go in the playoffs, but I'll usually set up a few weeks before it starts, before playoffs start. And maybe after they end their playoff run, I'll probably be out there the following weekend, and that's it. So it's anywhere from 2 months to 3 months, depending on how far they go in the playoffs. But I average about 1,500 a weekend, and I'm out here just every weekend. I might be out here during the weekday if it's a closeout game, or game 7. Or something like that. But besides that, I'm just out here on the weekend. So 16 days out of the year, every weekend for 2 months, and I make about 12K out of that. The most I've made is right under 4,000 in one day, like 3,800. But that was way back. I mean, when we had the super team, you can say, and everybody was kind of pretty excited. And there wasn't one day that I was selling less than 1,000 a day. I mean, it was great, but all those days are over right now. I make, like I said, I sell 70 shirts a day, 80 shirts a day, sometimes 50 shirts a day. That's still $500, but it averages out to about 12,000 for the year for working 16 days. And I've also had multiple tents. I've had at one time 5 set up in different locations, but that really wasn't sustainable as far as the personnel, because you're dealing with a lot of money and people are getting cash, and it kind of gets a little bit sketchy with people. I mean, even people you trust, they're dealing with cash. You don't know what's coming in, what's going out, and 20 here, 20 there, and I'm not even gonna mess with it. So I kind of one by one just kind of started closing down the tents, and now I'm just left with this one here. This is my most profitable spot here, and a lot of the designs I make myself. There's some stuff I do find online. So this is my first weekend set back up of the playoffs, and as I'm speaking to you here, it went pretty well. It went all right. I probably made, I don't know, right around $800 for the weekend, which is expected because the playoffs, as of this point, hasn't started yet. So this was, kind of like a little soft opening, you can say. And I don't got a bunch of stuff up. Usually I'll have a double tent. I'll have this one, and I'll have another tent on the side, like kind of put together. I have a lot more designs. I'll have other stuff set up. I got, little buttons, and I got glasses and caps and towels, and just a bunch of different accessories to go along with it, earrings and little beads, jewelry, just different Spurs stuff that people can add on. So that's not a bad little come up. And sometimes when I'm out here, I'm thinking, man, I wish I could do this all year, just because it's real chill and lax. You're just kind of chilling, you know, soaking in the sun, you know, and just collecting that money pretty much, you know, not real hectic or anything like that. What's kind of crazy about this is a lot of times people pull up and try to sell you stuff. Sometimes they'll come in with a trunk full of Spurs hats. Hey, I got these hats, you know, give them to you at wholesale pricing. You know, some guy came in, he had a bunch of Spurs sunglasses, you know, like the novelty glasses that have like the Spurs logo on the actual lenses. He had boxes of those, you know, trying to get rid of them for $1 each. Bought them all, in turn sold them for $10 each just because they were really cool. They were white glasses and they had the actual logo on the lenses, you know, with that little perforated lens so you can see through them. Those were really cool. As soon as I set them up, I mean, they flew. So those are pretty cool. You know, I sell a bunch of towels, stuff like that. There was one time this guy came in, he had a trailer full of straw hats. And that was kind of crazy. He was trying to sell me a trailer full of straw hats. And I asked him, you know, what would I do with the straw hats? And he said, oh, you know, you can probably turn them into Spurs hats. Like, yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, it's kind of funny. People come in and, you know, you become the plug, you know, the distribution, so to speak, you know, trying to sell you a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool because it's a change of pace. And like I said, this might not work, you know, in every city, in every town, but this might, you know, spark something to where you can say, oh, you know what, I might not be able to do that, but there's a flea market. I can press up some shirts and sell, you know, indoors or whatever, something you can do to where, you know, you can make some money on the side, you know, just kind of thinking out the box, you know, whether it's basketball, football, whatever big team you have in your town, in your city, you might be able to make some money doing that you didn't think of. Like, oh man, what, you know, you could even put them on Craigslist and whatever, stuff like that. That's what I do also. I'll throw them online. So during the week, you know, I'm doing other stuff, you know, I'm screening, all that. I just have them out there and somebody will say, hey, you know, I need 4 shirts. Can you meet me? All right, cool. A quick meetup, $40, $50, you know, $20. I won't need less than 2 shirts. But, you know, during the week, I mean, that little money adds up. So during the week, you're just chilling, you know, you're working and you're meeting these people on your off hours. You can make a good $100, $200 just doing that. So that's another thing I do also is I sell these shirts wholesale. I got a bunch of different tents that buy from me wholesale. So on top of me selling, you know, direct to consumer, I guess you can say, I also do wholesale to other tents. Now, my most selling designs, I don't sell wholesale. I kind of try to keep them exclusive to me. But there's always times where people will come buy the shirt to copy the image because I've seen my designs in other tents. And I mean, that's just the game. That's just the way it goes. You can't, you know, really can't hate on that. You just got to keep moving. But, you know, it's a cool little side hustle. And another thing that I find interesting is this other guy that does this. He has like a spot in a real busy intersection. It's just a piece. It's a lot. It's not really, you know, a building. It's really just a lot. And this guy, he sells year round. He sells Spurs shirts during the playoffs. He'll sell like Easter baskets and, you know, the Easter eggs and all that stuff during Easter. He'll sell watermelons in the summer. He sells Christmas trees, pumpkins, you know, in the winter. He sells grass. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's seasonal. He'll sell whatever during each season. And, you know, I kind of got talking to this guy and he tells me that he makes $200 a year, $200K a year, just doing, just in that lot alone. And, you know, I believe him just because, like I said, you can make a good $12,000 in just working a short amount of time. So if you're out there all year, I definitely believe that you can make that much money. So again, guys, I just wanted to share this with you, you know, show you how you can make some good money. Maybe this is not doable where you're at, but maybe you can take this idea and mold it, you know, and make it doable in your city. Whether it's, you know, whatever team you have that's big, or, you know, the surrounding, you know, if you're surrounding a big city, you might be able to just make it happen. Like I said, I'm always grinding, I'm always hustling, always looking for new ways to make money. I definitely appreciate all my subs and everybody watching and supporting my channel. If there's anything you want me to cover, just let me know and I'll do my best to cover it. Until the next one.